Catch the Craze is partnered with NSC Roadshow. NSCLiveTV.com and Inc. Marketing are proud to present the NSC Roadshow podcast tour. As a creator, come to be treated like a rock star as we take you on a tour with podcasters from around the world. Got a Kickstarter, Indiegogo, or a project you would like to tell thousands about? Come and get on the tour. Are you a podcaster that would like more creators on your show? Come become a tour stop on the tour. What's up, George? Who do we have on the show today?
Today we have Mr. Webb Bleynat, and he is the creator and writer of High Trees and Leak comic. We're going to be talking to him, and we're going to be giving you a little, insight into what we're doing this week, which is the Crazees.
Let's get it.
We are the only show for independents all around, giving you a platform to spread your word all over town. Catch the Craze is the place to promote to your fans with the Dreamer, Medina, and Sam the Crazy Man. Subscribe to our show and never miss an episode. It's time to get your mans, listen to us on the go. Updated every week, we never miss a day. Join the squad, come on in. It's time to catch the Craze. If you are an independent, catch the Craze. Making moves on your own, catch the Craze. On your grind in the streets, catch the Craze. Join the movement, catch the Craze.
Yeah, George, we did it again. Come on now. You know you want to do it. Catch the Craze. Welcome to Catch the Craze podcast. I am your host with the most, Sam the Crazy Man Vera, and I am with
George, the Dreamer Medina. What's up, player? ¿Qué pasó, brother?
What up, George?
What's going on, bro?
Another day, another dollar. Hey, George.
Another dollar.
I got something for you.
Get up, son.
We all live in the yellow submarine. The yellow submarine.
Yeah, we're very colorful today. We're very colorful today. Very colorful today. Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Catch the Craze. Here we are again. This is an impromptu Catch the Craze airing Thursday morning, the 29th. You know what happens tonight, Sam?
Tonight.
The 29th. April 29th.
Tonight. It's actually Catch the Crazees on Kickstarter.
Yeah. So tonight is the night. Tonight is the night of the launch.
La 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 tonight.
So we woke up early this morning. Yes. We decided to do a little show, and here we are. Oh, look at you! You got that little.
I got my green tea, babe.
I got my water.
Yeah, I got my green tea. Gotta cleanse the colon.
It's a little early for that. I mean, it's never too early to cleanse the colon.
No, not too early.
So we woke up early today. We decided let's do this show, let's air it, and then later on today, the people will join us for a live edition of Catch the Craze as we launch the Catch the Crazees number 3.
Catch the Crazees number 3 on Kickstarter. I am so stoked.
Exciting.
Exciting
stuff.
You know, if you've been watching any of the promos, you know that today and only today, you get to walk away with an amazing deal. That first day backer bundle is like no other. You'll never get that price again. You get that wallet out, get that credit card, and swipe away because this is gonna go fast.
That's right. Swipe away. It won't get charged until like May 29th, so you're fine. Swipe away, baby.
Yes.
We have add-ons. We have a bunch of stuff. We have alternate covers. Our stretch goals are all set. Sam's been in the lab working on all kinds of art. We have, pinups of the digital kind. We have bookmarks, real bookmarks. We have, we just have a whole bunch of stuff, just additional things, some fun stuff that we want you guys to have.
Yeah.
And we got some promotional opportunities as one of the pledges. So if you want to get on the show on a promotional venture, as far as just getting your stuff on our show, we have that. So we have a few things
ready
to go tonight.
We got a few things up our sleeves,
Yes, yes. So if you found us, if you kind of just happen to find us on YouTube and you're like, who the hell are these two guys? Subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, comment below. Yes. We are that show that talks to all kinds of independent artists, whether it's comics, whether it's music, whether it's whatever
we are. What's it? The youth of the nation. What is that song?
Something like that. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. But yeah, so here we are, another episode, man. It's like, listen, the year's flying. Okay, it's already April. Okay, it's already April.
That's ridiculous,
we're gonna talk about this later on tonight on the show as well, and even on the live show next week that we have with the Four Horsemen.
Oh yeah, we got the squad next week. Yeah,
we got a squad next week. But we have been very fortunate, and we want to thank everybody who has been supporting, but also who has wanted to be booked to be interviewed on our show. Because we are booked all the way out to the end of July?
Yeah, I want to say. Yeah, it's cray.
Into September.
Cray.
So unfortunately for all of you guys who are trying to get on right now to get interviewed, we won't be doing any interviews until maybe June into July, just because we're so far ahead and we don't want you guys sitting on these interviews, especially if you had stuff that you want to.
Yeah, the worst thing, we had to make that decision. The worst thing is, when you do an interview on our show and you think it's coming out soon and it's not, and because you're in the pipeline, so, and then you got to wait and you're in anticipation for 2 months for your show to air. So we want to close that window down. We want to narrow it to about 2-3 weeks out rather than 3 months out. And so because of that, we said, all right, so we're going to put a pause and we lock down the booking system. So on Facebook, you cannot pick any dates in May or June at all. And we said, all right, what do we do with the free time? What happened was they released the Krakens, and all of the Kickstarter campaigns started knocking on our door. So we are very appreciative of all the indies wanting to, use Catch the Craze as one of your voices to get to the indie community. So we will be doing live shows weekly with the Kickstarter campaigns and all the indies out there. So for the people who have campaigns, we got you. For everybody else who's already been pre-recorded, you're in the pipeline. Just keep on watching YouTube. I'll be sending you the links once it's in YouTube with the featured date, so that way you can have the link and share it with all your friends.
That's right. And we started doing that as of this month, the end of this month, which was, we started this, today, we're recording today, but Tuesday night, you would have seen Diggins McDougal, the Nefarious Smiths Kickstarter. So make sure you go onto Kickstarter and type in the Nefarious Smiths.
The Nefarious Smiths, yes.
That's right. So check that out. And then the very next day, we went in live, Lockdown RPG Kickstarter. It's the Lockdown RPG. It was live. Sam took care of that.
Yes.
And then on the 4th, may the 4th be with you.
May the Schwartz be with you.
We're going to have Dismay Comics. Dismay Comics is also going to be a live Kickstarter. Then later on in the month, we're going to have Dustin Brunel, who was on our show back in February when he was promoting his Kickstarter, The Listener.
Yes.
He's got a new Kickstarter called Greed. So Greed will be live on our show on May 11th. May 18th, we have Will Peden on the show. Will Peden will be promoting his Kickstarter. So they're coming fast and furious, but we decided this would be cool to do and show some love to the indies. I know you guys are trying to get your stuff out. So are we, which is, when we have this platform, we want to use it to help you guys out. We want to help us. But remember, guys, you got to help us help you. It doesn't make sense not to promote the fact that you will be on this show with your fan base. So once we record, or we're going to record, Sam's going to send you guys these links. Make sure you're telling people, man, tonight I'm going to be on this show. Tonight I'm going to be on that. So that they're on, and they're supporting you.
Yeah, because we have our loyal list on Catch the Craze, and our subscribers are growing, which is really amazing. But one of the things as an independent that we are responsible for, because we're also indie creators as well, so we create comic books as well. So it's a partnership. We can't do it all. So we need you to get out to your community and say, hey, yo, I'm going to be on the show. Check, I'm going to be announcing whatever it is, blah, blah, blah. Please support it. Because it only helps you and us and the independent community continue to grow. So, it takes a village.
That's right. So, this is a right now it's a small platform. With your help, we can make it a lot bigger and, make sure that everybody sees and hears what we're doing. So helping each other out is the only way we're going to be able to do it. So this is why we're doing this. And hopefully it helps a lot of these Kickstarters reach their goals. Reach their goals.
Yeah. And I think that's the biggest thing. I think, some people who are starting out and Kickstarter, their first opportunity to get their product out, haven't had an opportunity to build a following. They need platforms like Craze and other podcasts to help spread that word. And so there's been a lot of talented campaigns on the show, creators on the show with amazing work. So if you're looking for new content, it's just like going to the comic shop. It's crazy. It's like going to the comic book store. So you get all the latest indies. When you go to the comic book store, you're gonna get all the latest Marvel, all the latest DC, all the latest Image, but you're not gonna get the unsung heroes. And it's far and few between. So here's an opportunity for you to check out what's happening in the underground. Sounds of the underground. Support.
Yeah, that's right.
Support.
That's right. Support. Throw that support in there, and definitely make sure that tonight you log on and support our Kickstarter, which is Catch the Crazees. If you haven't yet, hit the link below. The launch page is on there, so make sure you hit that launch page button because you definitely want to be one of the first ones to pledge tonight on our first day bundle, which will be lasting for 24 hours. So the launch, I think what time are we going to go live? 7, I think.
7.
Right? It's 7.
7 o'clock.
7, and then we'll probably launch at 8 or something like that. We'll give some time for people to get on there. What do you think?
No, I say launch it at 7.
Well, I think we should let some people get on there, like almost like a countdown. Guys, ready? 3, 2, 1, launch, and then they can just go crazy and start playing.
We can pull the button at that time.
At 8, yeah, whenever we want.
Really?
Yeah, we can go whenever.
There's not a delayed.
No.
All right, 7:45. Just in case.
We're going to hear crickets. We're going to go live at 7:45. It's going to be like nobody.
No, but we're going to be live at 7. So you'll get to see the trailer.
That's right.
And the promo trailer for Cast the Crazees. We'll talk about all of.
We got to do a little foreplay before we get to the main course. You're over here trying to press the button as soon as you walk in the door.
Oh hell no! It's like freeze. Assume the position.
Wow, it's 9 in the morning.
9 de la mañana.
Oh my God. Jesus.
He started it.
I did not.
So you want to be starting something. You got to be starting something.
I'll let your boy.
So what else is happening?
Oh man, what else is happening?
In 30 days.
In 30. Oh, dude, not only is it the end of the Kickstarter campaign, so hopefully we would have made our goal and we'll be happy, and we're going into PowCon. Yes. High on the fact that we reached our goal. And then what happens at the PowCon, Sam?
We will be hosting a panel. Catch the Craze, how to create a podcast from scratch, from the basics to the extreme. So if you want to learn how to create your own podcast and stream on multiple platforms and the tools that you're going to need and all that other stuff and branding, we got you covered. But it just doesn't end there. So we're going to have raffles, and an entry into the raffle is your subscription to the show. That's going to be fun. But also we're going to announce a contest. Cast the Crazees is the extension of Cast the Craze podcast. So one of the things that I love is I'm going to announce it, and you're going to see the post coming up the next few days. Well, we're going to have an art contest. Show us your best Crazees, and we're going to announce the winner live at PowCon on stage in front of a live audience, and you get a chance to be featured in the next book, and you'll get to win really cool prizes, and you'll be interviewed on the show. So, you get bragging rights with all your friends. You walk away with cool swag, and you get featured in the book. So that send your submissions to bring it over to the show, or you can send it to us in advance at contact@castthecraze.com. But look for all that information. We want to make this event exciting for you, for us, for everybody around. Cool raffles, a lot of trivia, and great content.
Yeah, Sam loves himself an art contest.
Yeah. So I'm an artist.
You're old school. Remember when they used to have those art contests all the time?
All the time.
That was like a thing from back in the day.
Back in the days when I was younger, not a kid anymore.
You used to always be able to like join some kind of art contest and get featured. I think there were a few magazines that used to do that. I can't remember now, but there was like a show on Fox that did that a few times, where you could just send in your submissions of art.
Dude, that was me. Anytime I saw art contest, even though I won a couple of local ones, but even though I knew I couldn't play with some of the talent that was submitting the art, but I just wanted to be part of an art contest, and just for the sake of doing it, and this would be fun. And so it's really the next campaign for the Crazees after this one will be for the trade paperback. So get yourself featured in that trade. It's gonna be dope.
Yeah. That trade's gonna have the first 4 issues of the book.
4
by J.C. Grande.
Yes.
J.C. Grande's art will be featured on that trade, and once that is done, Sam's gonna take over on issue 5 and start the process of working on the book from there.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. The PowCon is going to be in Wayne, New Jersey on May 29th and 30th. Our panel will be on that Saturday, the 29th.
Yes.
So make sure you head over there. Make sure you go check us out. Bring your questions, bring your energy. Make sure that you're ready to learn a lot of things about what we've been doing so far. Everything we've learned, we will pass along. So it's going to be a good experience. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, so tickets start at $20. Yeah, tickets start at $20. It's May 29th through the 30th. You go to powevents.com. It's Wayne Powell, 1 Powell Drive, Wayne, New Jersey, 07470. Go to the Facebook page. They got a lot of great stuff like the Black Power Ranger. They got wrestlers. They got the raffling off PlayStations. They got Dungeons and Dragons tabletop games. They have gaming. They got cosplay contests. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be nice to get out and actually go into a convention for the first time. I know that there's been some that have already gone throughout the country. I think Dustin Burnell, who's gonna be on the show in a few weeks. I think he was at one in what was it, Tennessee?
Tennessee, yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Tennessee.
Right.
Yeah. So he said that thing was packed from what I saw. So yeah. It's going to be nice to be able to get out there and actually talk to people one-on-one.
Yeah. And I did apply for New York Comic Con, so stay tuned for news around that. That's in October.
Well, New York Comic Con is weird, man, because I know that they had that website that they had up, but you're saying now they have their actual website now?
Yeah. Now they have the actual website, because I went to the website. And, they hit me up because I got approved last year. Mm-hmm. But it didn't happen. And so they hit me up again. It's like, hey, I just want to reach out. You still interested? Here's the app, application, blah, blah, blah. So I filled it out. So I'll know by the end of...
So you had to apply all over again, even though you were approved last year?
Yeah.
Last year, that's crazy.
Yeah, son of a biscuit eater. And so, because people might have changed their mind, some people might have been impacted by COVID, so I guess they're just playing it safe. They have a lot of rules. And they send a survey, which is really... It gives you an insight into how the world has dramatically changed. They are so politically correct with the questions about ethnicity, about how you want to be addressed, whether he, she, all these things, whatever. They're playing it safe with every category, whether it's transgender, male, female, whatever. I never seen this kind of survey before. I was surprised. But they give you a whole list of all the things that they're going to do, from social distancing, temperature checks, all that stuff. So, the Javits Center has the capacity, and they built that extension, right? So they'll be able to support that whole social distancing and all that other stuff. and still pack it.
Interesting.
It's going to be interesting how it works out. But you just seen that, Biden just announced that if you are fully vaccinated, you don't have to wear your mask?
I don't know that you don't have to wear your mask. I think that
that's what it said. That's what it said. I saw it on the newsflash.
Still like if you walk into a store, you still have to wear it because not everybody's gonna be vaccinated, right?
No, if you are, you don't have to be whether in enclosed spaces and wear a mask. That's what I've read. I'm just saying. But I don't understand. If you're getting vaccinated, why do you have to wear a mask? If you're vaccinated, you don't need to wear a mask outdoors unless you're in a crowd.
Right.
Yeah.
If you're in a crowd, you still have to wear it.
Yeah, I don't wear my mask outside. When I'm outside, I just...
You have to breathe the fresh air.
I have to breathe the fresh air. You're not going to see me wear a mask, and don't say anything to me either. But if I go to a restaurant, I'll wear the mask until I'm seated in a space that's 6 feet apart from the next table, and then I take it off because I have to eat.
You still wear your mask. You're just not. I mean, listen. If there's nobody around me, why am I wearing a mask outside? But if there are people within my vicinity, 6 feet or whatever,
Yeah, when I meet with the neighbors, we're usually a few feet apart talking, but I have my mask off, and.
Dude, I'll be honest with you. I kind of like the mask.
I don't.
I kind of do. I don't like, now that I've been wearing it, right? I appreciate the mask only because there are a lot of people who have a lot of I'm gonna say
droplets,
saliva in their mouths, and when they speak like this, and you know what I mean. And if you're too close to that, you're gonna get hit by some droplets of stuff.
Oh, I used to hate that.
So you know what I mean? Like you talking to somebody, and all of a sudden that thing just drops right into your lip, right?
Oh, I had that a couple times. Oh my God, I wish I had like bleach. I was like, oh.
You're like, oh yeah, get out of here. That's cool, no doubt.
Yeah.
So wearing the mask when you're close,
or you're eating and you see it going to your plate, I'm not hungry anymore.
Now the servers have to wear their masks when they're telling me what's on the menu. I don't have to worry about stuff dropping into my food. I'm good. So I don't necessarily mind the masks too much.
Or that coworker that the breath is just like horrible, and then my eyebrows are like falling off. I start seeing the hairs from my eyebrows drop one time. Like
so let's not hate on the masks too much. Is what I'm saying. It's
not natural. We weren't put on this planet to cover up all the time.
Oh yeah, hey, I hear you, dog. I hear you. I'm just saying. I think that I kind of like. Well, you got somebody there?
Yeah, I see our buddies in the waiting room.
Oh, okay.
So
cool.
This episode is sponsored by.
Do you have a Kickstarter campaign and you're trying to figure out how to get the word out? You look online and you see the competition is fierce. Comic-Cons are slowly coming back, but in the meantime, how do you spread the word? You worked for hours creating your campaign. You post on as many social media sites as possible, trying to get the word out to no avail. Well, look no further. Why not sponsor an episode of Catch the Craze podcast, the fastest growing indie podcast in the market today? That 30-second promo can get you an extra 2 to 3 backers or more. Who knows? Let's go. Hit the link below and get one step closer to a successful campaign.
All right. What's up, buddy?
Not much. What about you?
Good. Like the view.
Oh yeah. What's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Just kind of vibing.
We are back on Catch the Craze with Mr. Bleynat. And yeah, man, this is cool. Like Sam said, I like the view, man. This looks nice and peaceful. You chilling?
Yeah, you should see the view on the other side. I have a lake out there. It's great.
Oh, dude, where are you? So where are you right now?
I'm in Signal Mountain, Tennessee.
Okay, all right.
Nice.
We were just talking about. I think there was a convention that just happened out in Tennessee. That one of the guys that we're actually going to be interviewing later on happened. I think it was in Tennessee. So things are starting to open up. The Comic-Cons.
Yeah, I need to start looking into going to some of those. I was looking at like a list and everything was postponed, canceled, postponed, canceled. But hopefully now it's starting to open back up a little more.
Yeah, absolutely. So for everybody who doesn't know yet, tell us a little bit about yourself. I know your Zoom says William, but I know that your pen name says Webb. So which one do you prefer?
I go by Webb. I mean, William is technically my real name, but I go by Webb. My parents call me Webb. Everyone calls me Webb.
Okay, cool.
It's my initials. But I'm Webb Bleynat, and I am the guy who writes High Treason League, which is a sort of manga style comic book. And I'm here to talk about that today.
There you go, man. Yeah, that's awesome, brother. So I also looked. You have some writing credits on another book that I think you did maybe I want to say about a year ago. Zener, Master of the Mind. So you have some writing credits. You've been doing this for a little while. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about how you got into the industry and walk us through that whole journey.
Well, I mean, I just sort of started off wanting to write comics because, I mean, obviously, I enjoyed comics growing up, but everyone enjoys comics growing up. The thing that really attracted me about the medium is that it is the highest spectacle to investment ratio that you can possibly get. Right. If you want to have something absurd and ridiculous and cool happen in a video game, you're going to have to invest a lot of time and money and energy into that. And if it's in a movie, even more so. But with a comic book, trying to have something amazing and fantastical and cool happen is basically the same as having, in terms of investment, as having two people sit across from each other and just sort of talk, right? Mm-hmm. So it's the perfect medium for having cool things happen. And that's, I think, why it's like the perfect testing ground for ideas. So I, started making original characters on DeviantArt, which I know that's basically a meme at this point. But I ran into my friend Alex Daw, who's the guy who's in charge of NRG Comics. That's where I wrote Zener, Master of the Mind for NRG, and now I'm still working with NRG, but I'm also doing my own thing, and that's what led to High Treason League.
I gotcha. Now, what is your style like? What do you prefer to write? What is your style of writing? Because I see that, Master of the Mind is one. I guess I want to say almost like genre, and then you have this new book, the High League, that is a little different. So, how would you say your style is?
I don't know. I have a lot of Eastern influences for sure. Like the High Treason League, I tell people it's basically a combination of like Hunter x Hunter and One Piece. If those two were put together, that's basically what this would be. So anyone who likes those will like this. But I also really like superheroes. Always been a big fan of superheroes. I think obviously working at DC would be a dream job. I mean, Marvel too, but like I don't know. When I was younger, I was a 100% Marvel guy, but I kind of like the sort of higher ideal kind of heroes these days.
Who's your favorite superhero from I guess from DC at this point, right? Because that's what you were into now. Well, who was your favorite superhero growing up, and how has that changed now?
I think my favorite growing up was the Incredible Hulk. I really just, it's simple and straightforward. It's like a guy gets mad and he hits things really hard. It's perfect. You can't go wrong with a concept like that.
Right. Don't make me angry.
Precisely.
That's it.
I think now probably my favorite character would be Superman, which, I mean, I know that's probably a boring answer, but I just like I like what the character forces you to do, because obviously Superman, there are very few people who are a physical challenge to him. It makes you sort of have to approach his stories in a different way. And you know, there are a lot of really great stories that can be told about an overpowered character. I mean, you know, if there's any proof of that at all, like, you know, One Punch Man, for example, character who's massively overpowered, but everyone loves him because there are other struggles that he has in his life. So I really like Superman for the way that he has to be this moral paragon when everything in his life would be tempting him to go another way. You know, he's got the power to be the world's most effective, I don't know, political terrorist. He could take out anyone he wanted and impose whatever ideals he thinks would be the right ones, but he doesn't.
Yeah.
And that's what I like about him as a character, sort of that idea that, you know, maybe absolute power doesn't necessarily corrupt absolutely.
Yeah. It's interesting because, you know, when you think of Superman, right, you talk about Superman, he is the ultimate, and then this is going to come from Marvel, right? So he is the ultimate. With great power comes great responsibility. Like, he's the ultimate because, like you're saying, he does have all the power, but he also has to be responsible enough not to use it for the wrong reasons or for his own gain, which is, I guess, what makes him so interesting, I guess, as a character. I have a buddy who loves Superman. So I totally get you. How did you feel about what they did with what Zack Snyder did with him?
Oh man, I can't stand Zack Snyder. I have not watched this. I've not watched the Snyder cut of JLA. I actually haven't watched either cut of JLA. But Man of Steel.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Yeah,
I damn near walked out of the theater.
Did you? What was it? Too much destruction? Like, was he just doing too many of the things that you were like, that Superman wouldn't do that? Is that what it was? Or what was it about?
I mean, already the whole just punching buildings down and destroying property and you know, clearly just killing people. That was already bad enough. But then, you know, the whole Zod neck snap thing, it's like everyone always wants to make the case, oh, he had no choice. What do you mean he had no choice? What do you mean he had no choice? You mean he couldn't turn Zod's head a little bit when the dude's like shooting his eye beams? He couldn't turn. He could turn his head hard enough to break it. Clearly, he could turn his head.
Oh man!
Turn his head and tell the other people to get out. And then, you know, go to a vacant location. You know, like, I don't know. I don't usually go to like Goku as a role model, but I'm like, do the Goku thing. Be like, hey, let's go fight where there aren't any people.
Yo, Webb is very passionate about this topic. He started out real cool, just chewing, you know, eating his chips, and now he's like, don't turn his head. I love it. But you know what's funny about that whole scene? When I remember watching it, I was like, like you said, couldn't they just go like into like some kind of desert or something, like just fly off and have to fight there? It was like everything was in that one place. We talk about that all the time, even with my friend Aníbal, but that is interesting, man. Do as far as your writing, who would you say is your biggest influence in your writing?
My biggest influence in my writing, I guess, I've never like had a writer who I'm like who I'm like, this is the dude that my writing most reflects. But in terms of like sort of writing philosophy, I guess, I think the one that I always go to is Hirohiko Araki, the dude who made JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. And the reason for that is that I love the whole thing he does where he's just like, all right, whatever cool idea that comes into my head, I don't care if it's something that fits within, I don't know, established tropes or something that makes sense in a straightforward way. I'm just going to put it on the page and it's going to be awesome. So, this is the guy who made a character whose superpower is he lives in a giant pylon, and if you try to leave the pylon, you turn to metal, but somebody can like replace you in the pylon, and the pylon reflects all the attacks back at you. It's like, how does anybody even think of this nonsense? But it's awesome. Yeah. So, that's what I try to emulate. I try to be like, okay, just take an idea and go with it. Don't ask yourself, is this something that fits within the expected, I suppose.
I got you. So tell us a little bit about High Treason League. What is High Treason League about?
So what High Treason League is it's set in a sort of fantasy world. There's a feudal system, and there have been hundreds of years of peace under the reign of a leader called the World King. He's at the very top of the feudal system, and as the name implies, he is king of the world. So at some point, and nobody quite knows why he does this, he decrees that anybody, regardless of their birth status, because this is a hereditary system, can beat somebody up and take their position of nobility or even royalty. And it's totally legal. No higher authority is going to come down on you for it. And he also makes sure to clarify that, yes, this also includes the throne of the World King. So he does this, and it creates this, mad rush for power where, all the best fighters are trying to see how much land and power and wealth they can obtain for themselves. And so in this sort of environment, this is where our heroes come in. And in this story, I mean, this will be sort of a team building sort of tale. So you'll be accumulating more people as you go. But so far we have Trell and Kaya. Kaya is a girl who lives in a small town, and it's ruled by an oppressive baron who makes the citizens work to harvest the gases from a derigium flower. Derigium flowers, they have gas in them. They float in the air like balloons, and the gases have healing properties. So he makes them harvest this and doesn't treat them very well. And Kaya is a girl who has incredible superhuman strength, but she doesn't know how to fight. She also doesn't know where she got it. And then, but because she doesn't know how to fight, like the Baron and his lackeys, they have abilities as well. So there's, she can't win against them. So she's sort of just trying to go along to get along. And then along comes Trell, who's this, he's a warrior. He knows what he's doing. And he comes along one day looking for an artifact that one of the Baron's lackeys stole from him. And Kaya sees him, winning a fight against one of these lackeys and decides, hey, maybe I've got a shot to save my village. And that's where the story kind of starts. And and so she wants to save her village. Trell is looking to take the position of the world king, and she agrees to work with him, as long as he helps her free the people of her village. So that's sort of where we start out.
I love the concept, but I also love the artwork. Your artist, Levon Mason, he's done very, very beautiful stuff. For everybody who's listening, we're talking about High Treason League with with writer and creator Webb Bleynat. And this book is currently on Comixology. So if you have a Comixology account, or if you don't, sign up, because this book is really cool. High Treason League. The book is 60 pages, the first issue, right? Right, Webb?
It is. Yeah, it's 52 story pages. There's a few extra things in there. But yeah, it's 52 story pages, and yes, you were right. The art is phenomenal.
Dude, sick, bro, sick. How did you
meet?
Yeah, how did you meet Levon?
To meet, I just went posting around on forums. Hey, is there anyone who is a manga style sort of artist and who's willing to do this? And I got a bunch of responses back, but his was just head and shoulders above everyone else.
Yeah.
I feel really lucky to land him, and I don't know why. Somebody with a bigger name than me hasn't snapped him up yet.
Yeah, dude, this is sick, bro. Now, let me ask you a question. Has he signed on to do more than just one episode? Is this going to be an ongoing series? How are you handling the book itself? Is it going to be ongoing? Is it going to be like just a trade after 6 issues or whatever? What's your plan?
I do want it to be an ongoing. And last I checked with him, he seems interested in continuing the series, which is good, because I want to keep him around. But I'm hoping that when I can. Right now I'm trying to finish a master's degree, but when I'm out of school and established and all of that, I would like to make this a book that I put out every other month, if not monthly. Monthly would be my ideal, but
yeah,
I'd settle for every other month. And I want it to just keep going. I've got several different arcs planned, and I know basically where the story is going to go and where it's going to end, and I think that it's going to be a really fun story. But yeah, it's here for the long haul.
Good. Yeah,
so what was the inspiration for this story?
I mean, I did want to create something that was sort of like One Piece or Hunter x Hunter, but the inspiration for specifically this story itself, I don't know that it was necessarily one thing. Actually, there's kind of a funny story behind how I came up with High Treason League. Initially, I wanted to try doing a webcomic, and I am not a good artist. So I'm like, okay, I've got a bunch of really cool story ideas in my head, but I don't want to waste those on myself. So I said, I need to come up with a story that's not that interesting. I failed miserably. I was like, okay, I'll just have sort of a basic like battle shonen kind of thing where, some people are fighting to gain power. And then my brain just starts kicking into gear, and I'm like, oh, but like I could do this world building thing. Hey, I should have like a magic system. Hunter x Hunter has Nin. I want to have like a whole fleshed out magic system. And that'll lead to, this magic system would lead to these fighting styles, and these could all sort of work together in this way. But maybe that would also sort of play into the culture, and people can create artifacts with the magic system. How would that factor into things? And it just snowballed.
Yeah.
So that now this story idea that I made intentionally to not be that interesting is actually one of my favorites that I've ever come up with, and I think is going to be really, really cool to read about.
And listening to you talk about the plot, it sounds as if, I guess, the High Ruler, it sounds as if he has no ulterior motive, and there's like an agenda behind his decision to make this announcement.
Yes,
that's what I took away from hearing.
Yeah, he does. What that is would be a spoiler that I'm not.
I knew that when I would bring that up, there was probably a spoiler. I was like, there's got to be a reason for somebody who's been in control to want to see this happen and play out. But I knew that I wouldn't get anything from it. But I just wanted to check on my sixth sense.
Yeah, your instincts were correct.
Yeah, all right, good.
You successly figured that out.
He's like, damn you. Yeah. So what's your plans for the rest of the year with your book and getting it out and getting the word out to the market?
Well, I want to get started on issue 2 for sure. In terms of promoting this one, I've been going on several podcasts like this, and I want to start going to cons when I can figure out one that's within striking distance. I also have submitted the book to be made available on Indie Planet for print on demand.
Nice.
I don't know when they'll make that available, but they tend to take their sweet time.
Yeah.
But eventually that will be coming. And right. I actually have the one and only print copy right here.
Nice, dude.
So when it finally becomes available, that's how it's gonna look.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's really nice.
The artwork is ridiculous, bro.
And the colors are amazing as well.
Yeah. So Levon does all of it. Pencils, inks, colors, all of it. Yeah. Wow,
pencils,
awesome.
inks, colors, letters, the whole shebang.
Wow.
The whole shebang. Look at
Jackpot.
That. That's awesome, brother. That's awesome. So do you have a web at this point?
No. Right now, basically all I've got is my Twitter. You can follow me at Hopcrop, but in terms of a website, I don't have anything just yet.
Okay. All right. Cool, man. You're gonna definitely have to keep us posted when the book becomes available, because I definitely want to get a printed copy of that bad boy. It looks really, really good.
All right, I will do that.
Yeah, for sure, man. Hey, Webb, thank you so much for being on the show with us. And like I said, we're gonna have to have a little follow-up just to see, how we're doing. Good luck with your masters, my brother, and hopefully you'll get that done soon, because I definitely want to see more work from you.
All right, sounds good. Thanks for having me on.
You got it, my friend. You got it. We'll talk soon, bud.
All right. Thank you very much. Peace.
So that was Bleynat, and he hit the jackpot with the guy who's a one-stop shop.
Amazing, dude. And it's really, really good work. Like, I'm looking through these pages here.
Yeah.
Or even the coloring at the beginning of the book, which tells kind of like the backstory. It's done in like sepia tones. Really, really cool looking stuff. That cover is kind of badass, man. Like with that dude with the with his back to us. Very good stuff. Very good stuff.
Yes. Really cool. The concept is really cool too.
Mm-hmm. No, excellent. So so definitely check out Comixology for his book. I'm sure we're gonna have the link down below. So click on that, get yourself a copy of the book. And don't forget, later on tonight, we're going to be on live at 7 p.m. to promote our Kickstarter, which comes out of Catch the Crazees #3.
Catch the Crazees, yes. And tonight's your chance to take advantage of that first day bundle that you won't get after today. It's not available tomorrow. It's only available today. It's a steal. It is a steal. You'll get to get all 3 copies.
Oh, I was gonna say, what is the first day bundle? I was gonna save it for you guys later, but
you just get all 3 issues. What are it? Well, in what format? We'll save it for you for tonight. But you get all 3. It's gonna be dope. It's gonna be dope. So I was talking to my wife the other day, and something came up on TV. I was like, "Oh, that's dope." And she said, "Did you just say dope?"
Yeah, brought it back. It's back. The word dope is back. Yes. It almost never went away, but it's definitely back.
Nah,
dope is back.
If it's retro and vintage and old school, it's me.
Yeah, I can't wait till Fresh comes back.
FRESH, fresh. That's fresh.
Oh man, but yes, that has been another episode of Catch the Craze.
Yes, another episode. Again, if you like this episode, please give us a thumbs up. Hit that link below, subscribe, send it to a friend. The independent community that looks to us to promote their book, their campaigns, whatever it is, need you to spread the word. And the more people that support the independent community, the better, because we grow as one. So, and I do appreciate every single one of you, and thank you for supporting us. And those of you who are subscribed, gracias, thank you. And so that's another episode of Catch the Craze. I'm Sam, the Crazy Man Vera.
And I'm George, the Dreamer Medina.
And we are...
It's just easy. It's not.
Crazy.
Acquiesce. No, I was talking about my friend Acquiesce.
Say my name,
right? This is what you were thinking? Oh,
he described me. He said, I'm the...
What? Catch the Craze. You're listening to Catch the Craze. You're listening to Catch the Craze. You are listening to Catch the Craze. On Catch the Craze. You're listening to Catch the Craze.
Candy girl.